Welcome. If you read my About section, you got about 1,000 characters of my vision for this channel. If you didn't, no worries, I will introduce you now. So, hi, my name is Jen, and I decided to start this channel initially to share my battle with a little known but incredibly insidious medical condition called frozen shoulder, or FS for short. I've found information on FS to be really sparse, even in the healthcare community. You really have to dig to find even little bits and pieces and try to put it all together. As somebody in data and analytics, actually in the healthcare field, it's been really frustrating to me to see the lack of really a one-stop shop for cohesive information and recommendations. So my goal here is to really offer that. I want to share what I've learned and experienced so far, and also maybe guide this through some of your input. So if you have any questions that haven't been addressed yet, please feel free to ask away. And if I know anything or can point you in the right direction, I'm really happy to. After digging quite a bit, I actually finally found a good source of information as I was reading somebody's blog post about their experience with frozen shoulder. It was a single post, and they recommended this Facebook group started by this brilliant woman who had the same struggles finding information during her battle with FS. Um, and so she started this group, and it's really a place for people to come together who are going through this struggle or who've been through the struggle, and ask questions, share their experiences, vent, cry, all of the things that go along with experiencing a frozen shoulder or bilateral frozen shoulder. So it's been really great. But if you don't have Facebook, then of course you have no access to this group. But I will go ahead and post that link to that Facebook group in the chat so that if you do have Facebook, you can join and hopefully get some of those benefits out of it. As a quick note, as I share information and experiences, it's important to me to stress that what I'm sharing is what's working for me and what I've learned. Each of us is unique, and I'm not here to prescribe any course of action or telling anybody what they need to be or should be doing. Um, my goal is simply to offer insights and possibilities based on what I've learned and what I've found to be helpful in this journey. And maybe at the end of the day, a little bit of hope that there really is some light at the end of this tunnel. So you can explore and decide what's best for you in your journey. For a pretty big introvert like me to decide to film videos of all things, um, the need had to be pretty huge. So whether you're here because you're trying to figure out what the heck is going on with your stiff shoulder, or you're desperately trying to find whatever resources you can to make it through the horrific pain and the sleepless nights and the constant discomfort of frozen shoulder. Or if this went really well and for some crazy reason, this introvert decided that we're going to move beyond frozen shoulder into whatever else. Welcome. I'm thrilled that you're here. And I hope you find something useful, or at least get a chuckle as you watch somebody else struggle with life's little issues. So if you're still watching this first little video, literally made on my laptop with no special equipment, thank you for joining me on this journey. Your support really means the world to me, and I really hope that we all get something impactful and valuable out of it. So I'm going to jump right in and start recording some videos. The first one actually being on one of the most asked about questions that nobody seems to be able to find a concise answer to in the medical data, but it's definitely a huge issue for those of us going through frozen shoulder, or quite frankly, any sort of shoulder issue where you're struggling. And that just so happens to be pillows. Pillows become a huge, huge deal when you're moving through the stages of frozen shoulder. So I'm going to get right over to that so that I can get that up and published, because I found some stuff, like I said, that works for me, and it may or may not work for you, but I hope it does. So stay tuned.